Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review, but also a taproom review because, we'll put both in together. So this could be a long review. Pull up a pew, get yourself a beer, let's talk. So, we'll open the beer first anyway because, as Thursday. So, from Crich Brew Co, whose taproom was opened yesterday, it's their Yes Linda, a Super Hazy IPA, and it's I've got my eyes are rubbish. Hops are Brut, Echinot and Talus. Gives you some details about the on the back, social media, and it says here, this massively dry hot, super juicy hop bomb showcases Echinot and Talus hops. Huge grapefruit and tropical fruit flavours make this big hazy IPA easy to drink despite its high ABV. Yes, Linda, I like it. The malt is extra pale, golden promise and oats. The hops are Chinook, Brew 1, not but, Echinot and Talus. There you go. ABV 6.7%, so a decent ABV. I actually had this yesterday on keg over at the tap room. So, bought a Crich Brew half pint glass while I was there. It's all about supporting local breweries, people that, starting out. And Crich Brew Co came to me initially. Spilling beer. Sacrilege. Look at that pour. Boof. Doesn't that look good? Anyway, came to me initially with 4 beers to, give me 4 beers to review, and it was really kind, I'm always good for a review. Yeah, I like beer. And so I knew the tap room was opening yesterday. So me, the wife, Mrs. Raggy, and the happy drinkers, Andy, Angela and Neve, were getting the train. Got over to Beeston. They picked us up from Sherwood. We got over to Beeston to get the tram from Beeston to Belper. Literally half an hour. Jobs are good and straight in. 22 quid, £11 each way basically. Can't fault that. Got there, walked out of his house, walking down the road, sorting out. Train had been cancelled literally 1 minute before. Absolutely gutted. So then we got the Indigo bus, 2 quid all the way to Derby. Took about an hour. It was around the arses. But it was 2 quid each. You can't fault 2 quid at the moment anyway. From there, we got the bus, the Trans-Peak bus to Belper. That was 2 quid as well. So again, got into Belper, got off the bus at the wrong stop. Should have got off the bus at the next stop, the bus station, but hey-ho. Walked around the corner, the Railway Belper pub, the Lincoln Green pub was there. The Food and Drink Festival was on, so it was absolutely rammed with stalls. Brilliant. It was rammed with people as well. Fantastic show. The weather had just turned sunny as well, so people were coming out, First I went into the railway, came out the railway, thought Campbell Street, so that's the right street. Went along, seen the Arkwright's Micro Pub, and I didn't even know that existed last time we went down. Gutted as well, because it was actually a really nice pub. I'll talk about that in another stage. Turned left, and I thought, I've been here before, and it used to be Campbell Street Brewing Company, and it was their tap room, the Tom Said Micro Pub tap room. It was absolutely rammed with people outside. Flipping heck. The turnout was absolutely stunning. Walked in, queued to the door, and it's like flipping heck. So me and Andy stood in the queue while the ladies were looking at the all the stores. The brew kit's there. I assume, I don't know, that Crich Brew Co had bought the Campbell Street Brewing brew kit off them, and upgraded their brew kit yet again, gone up in size. Seats outside, seats inside, outdoor toilets, benches inside. They've obviously given it a bit of a lick of paint. I know this because I followed social media, so I've been watching. Made a bar at the end. There's a fridge underneath, craft beer fridge. There was 2 cask lines, but only one was on, so I assume the first one had already gone before we even got there. Which is balmy. Second cast line didn't take long to go either. The Lenton Lane Crich Brew collab. That didn't take long. Keg lines on the back wall, and again, by the time we got there, there was about 6 lines. I don't know how many more were there before we got there, and by the end, the whole lot had sold. The fridges were raided. The support was absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, outstanding. You know, it was rammed inside. There were a few people that went because they didn't want to queue. I get that. And in time, Crich, the people who are Crich Brew Co and their friends who helped them, will possibly faster at serving. You know, it's a learning process. If you've not done it, I mean, I've only done it once, Robin Hood Beer Festival, and again, it's a learning process. Thankfully, I didn't have a bloody queue that long. I met Mrs. Crich Brew Co. It was good to meet the lady. Going around, getting the glasses off people and coming back and washing them. I personally would get a dishwasher. One of them dishwashers that does it in 10 minutes, so that, you know, you can keep chucking them in. It's worth the investment in the long run, rather than washing by hand and drying by hand, if that's what they were doing. I saw some washing by hand, so I assume that. What can I say? The support was amazing. Maybe they just picked the right day, because that Belp of everywhere we went was absolutely snidered with people. Although the pubs with the good beer were the ones that were snidered, not the ones that didn't have good beer on. And that's as much as I'm going to say on that subject. Whoa. That's tasting bloody lovely, that is. I'll get to the beer. I did say we're going to be here for a few minutes, so yeah, take a pew. Support in the fridge for Bentley Brook Brewing Company, Matlock. Crich Brew Co beers, Shiny beers, Shiny Brewery. Beers from Alter Ego were there. Good support for Derbyshire breweries. Pentrich, beers for Pentrich. My wife had the caramel cream one again. Didn't even get a photo of that. I didn't even get a blooming drink of it. Yeah. Oh, and Angela, soon wallop that down, and fair play. We had a good time. On the second round, we sat inside and had a drink inside. And yeah, I mean, again, we left to come back an hour or so later. Had a couple of beers at Arkwright's and then come back, and it was so busy. You know, it's going to be interesting for the future. I did look at the kit. Obviously, they've opened the tap room. The kit's not set up properly yet. I did notice that. And in time, you know, that area where the kit is, for me, would get... there's a special paint you can use on concrete. Lincoln Green use it in theirs. It's like a green paint. I know it wears off, but it looks good. And, you know... in time, I'm sure they'll get round to all that sort of things. The first week of opening, you know, a good range of beer on keg. Black Swan behind me was on. Yeah, Never Swan rather, the Black India Pale Ale. There was wines in the fridge. There was prosecco. There was plenty of different fruity and pop drinks. You got to look after the kids. Lots and lots of dogs there. Real dog friendly. They must have stroked about 20 dogs while I was in the queue. People with children there. It was a real vibrant family place. Belper is quite the place to go. You've got a magnet now in Belper. You've got the railway. You've got Angels Micro Pub, which is up the top of the road and into that little bit of an estate there with live music. You've got Arkwright's and you've got Crich Brew Co, Taproom. You've got 4 magnets to get to Belper. It's a bit of a trek from Nottingham for me. Took us 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to get home, I know. It would have been an hour on the train and bus, but even so, bus from Beeston to home. Well, no, I'd have got the train into Nottingham and got the bus, so it would have been 40 minutes. So yeah, it still would have been an hour regardless. 35 minutes in car. We was going to go in car, funnily enough. I got chatted into going in by train and the bloody train got cancelled. So it is what it is. But let me tell you now, it's a must visit place to keep an eye out on. They're doing a beer festival on the 4th to the 6th of October with lines from Verdant. I'm sure one was Polly's. Lots of different big craft beer breweries, and I'm sure. And if I'm talking directly to Craft Brew Co now, chat up the likes of Bang Elephant, Emperors, Neon, Raptor, Liquid Light, Black Iris, Urban Chicken Ale, Red Dog. You know, chat up these people to get beers on in the fridge or on keg. Obviously, Imperial Stouts last a lot longer, but also for collabs as well, mate. I personally think this is a very interesting moment, and you know, getting those collabs out there with those breweries. Tell them Raggy said, you know, would be a great thing. There are some great breweries out there, and always handy to have extra, as yesterday proved. Backup casks, even if it's in pin form, smaller casks, just so that you sell it or sell the majority of it, you know, so you make your money back and you appease customers. You know, both having both those cast lines, or maybe more cast lines in the future, is absolutely essential. I'm sure at some stage Dungeon Brewing will be back doing his thing, but also having the extra keg lines. Now that's critical, because like if you sell out of your own but you've still got some from other breweries, keg last anyway. You know, if it's a weekly opening, I don't know what the thoughts are and what the processes are. Check out Crich Brew Co yourself, whether they're going to be a weekly opening, a once a month opening. I assume weekly, and maybe even more. It depends on obviously their own lifestyles, and I mean, I know the good man and lady have got children, so you know, it may not be, you know. For me, I'd be open. What was it? A Sunday yesterday? Yeah, of course it was Sunday. And it was rammed. And maybe, I know that the previous people there had a few issues. I don't know what the issues were, and but you know, with all issues, there's a way to come to an agreement. And in some ways, when you're so busy, do you need to be open too late, which could affect neighbours? And they're, you know, they're whittling, as it were. But I'm sure it'll come to a good conclusion. But yeah, fantastic place. Make sure you visit. Now let's review the beer. So this is Yes Linda, a big Super Hazy IPA. And look at that beer. Looks bloody great in that pint, that half pint glass. I ain't got a clue what the glass cost. I've just flashed the odour thing. Super hoppy. Bloody hell, the aroma's beautiful. Tropical aroma. Am I getting mango and pineapple? I think I am. I know I'm getting tropical. Thought I got peach there, to be fair. Ooh. And like I say, I personally think that that location's an amazing location. What would I do for that location to make it even more? What would I do? Planters with flowers in. Yeah. Spruce it up. Easy to build with bits of decking or pallet. You know, 8-foot pallet can make some nice planters. And I know a certain person who grows flowers. The toilets, yeah, I mean, they're outdoor toilets. Maybe trying to get some electric to them, maybe for the winter, you know, have a bit of hot air blowing in, maybe. Hot air that comes on when you're sat on the loo, just to blow a bit of warm air to you. Maybe something like that. Like I say, I would paint the bar area, the brewery area inside. And maybe a bit more lighting in that area, snazz it up a bit, you know. But there's tweaks and that, you know. They've only just opened, and I'm well impressed. And the turnout was unbelievable. You know, I walked in and it's like, oh wow. Cheers to the good people of Belper and Derbyshire and everybody who attended yesterday. You did yourselves proud. You supported the great brewery, and I'm sure that you also went into the pubs, the good pubs around the vicinity. Arkwright's, wow, what a blooming pub that is. And working with Arkwright's as friends, you know, it's a magnet. Arkwright's is a magnet for me, wow. And having Crich literally within a stone's throw, gets busy at one, go to the other. Gets busy at that one, go back to the other. And yeah, just keep going backwards and forwards. You don't need to go anywhere else. You can walk up the hill to the Angel Micro Pub. But yeah, well impressed. Nice bit of bite on it. Lovely aroma, lovely flavour. There are breweries out there that call themselves craft beer breweries, and their beers, I mean, I know, because I've been to many a brewery, obviously, and I know many breweries, and the kit is the same kit. You know, let's be fair, unless you're brewing on the old-fashioned Yorkshire Squares or Union, although but it's, you know, brewing's brewing, and obviously it must be down to the ingredients and that. But there are people who brew great craft beer, and there are people who brew great trad beer, and there are some that can brew both. But these guys brew great craft beer. Make no mistake about it. If you're watching Raggy's Beer Reviews and you've not had some Crich, then you're missing out. Let me tell you now. Yeah, they aren't as well known as Verdant and all them others, but it looks the flipping bomb, that does. The website opens once a month. It's not open all the time. Obviously, the good fella's been busy setting up his tap room and that. But I'm absolutely well impressed. And look at that. Just look at that. It's banging. Proper craft beer. You know, we get some of this in supermarkets. Some of these trad beer breweries that put their craft beer out. Yeah, they are fantastic at trad. Then you put their craft beer out and it's like, yeah, but it's just trad in a can. Yeah? Don't make it craft just because it comes in a blooming can. That is craft. It looks the part, smells and tastes the part. You know, I know many of people who watch Raggy's beer reviews and watch other beer reviewers, and we all agree that some people are great at doing trad, some people are great at doing craft, and some people are, you know, some of the craft beer breweries can't do trad at all. And it's simple as that, you know. But that's banging. Bloody glad I picked them up. Pity I didn't go earlier when there was more in the fridge, because the fridge got raided. An amazing day, you know. Next time he has a load of beers on, I'm gonna have to just go and buy them. Although try and get a pub near to Nottingham that can drop the beers off, and I'll go and pick them up. Tight bleed. I don't want to pay postage and packaging, but but that's good. It is, and a fantastic experience yesterday. You know, I predominantly hate travelling. I hate it. So for me to go out of my shell, and it takes a lot for me to catch a bus and trains to get all the way to Belper. I'd have rather gone by car, to be honest, but I kind of got talked into the other. And I wish, in some ways, I wish we had gone by car, because I'd have still enjoyed the day. I'd have just drank a lot less. But we had a great day. Spent a fortune on blooming beer and travel and food. But yeah, it was a good day, you know, and yeah. What a day. And it was it was fantastic to go over and see the opening of the tap room and to see the support from the public. Absolutely. There's good pubs and good beer will never ever die. No, not at all. It's the ones that don't put any effort in that sell rubbish beer, that think people are going to come because you've got a best bitter on the bar and something. And you know, the best pubs are the ones with lots of different beers on, that maybe change their beers. They'll have a couple that they'll keep on to appease those who like a certain beer, but maybe even on keg, you know. But yeah, I seen good yesterday. I seen what Belper can deliver. Wow, and Crich Brew Co. Yeah, what a play that was. I don't know how far Crich is from Belper, because I don't know the area. I know Derbyshire obviously, but I don't know the area that well. So, long review, double review. I wanted to do both. I hope you've enjoyed it if you watch this. Nothing but great things to say about Crich Brew Co. Look at that beer. Would I drink this again? Absolutely. I had it on keg yesterday, and I did a 1 minute review. But today this is a bit warmer, and you know, beer on keg's great. Let it warm up a bit. It unleashes the flavour. The cold inhibits the flavour. It's done for a reason. Keg beer is cold for a reason. You drink it as it warms up. You enjoy. Always buy 2 beers at the same time. Always buy 2, even if it's halves or thirds, or you buy 3/3. Once it warms up, the flavour comes through, and if it's a stout, even more so. But yeah, it's tasting great. So would I drink it again? Absolutely. Out of 5, an outstanding 4.6 out of 5. A true craft beer that would stand with any of the top local breweries around me, the likes of Bang, the likes of Neon, the likes of Black Iris, and the likes of Liquid Light. Absolutely. And for every one of those breweries, get yourselves give these guys a bit of a, you know, a poke, and let's get some collabs out there. But also with national breweries, you know, like the likes of Verdant and Rivington and Track and Cloudwater. This is good stuff, you know. Did I say 4.6? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I'm sure I did. But yeah, cracking beer. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers up.